Well, India is confronting the corona crisis as parts of the country are still struggling to recover from Cyclone Amphan that tore through South Asia a month ago. Communities in the Bay of Bengal bore the brunt of the massive storm. Much of India's Sundarbans Delta was left underwater. Many people there now fear the disaster could impact their livelihoods not just for months, but for years to come, as DW's Nimisha Jaswal reports.
A few hours from the bustling city of Kolkata, the landscape becomes transformed into the Sundarbans, home to a diverse ecology and 4 million people. People who rely on fishing and farming to survive. But in May, a massive storm wiped out both options. These are the freshwater ponds Nirubala Mondal used to fish in. The violence of Cyclone Amphan breached all embankments, killing the freshwater fish and sweeping out the prawns that could have survived saline water to sea.
What can we do? We are dependent on relief now. Once the lockdown is lifted, we will have to leave the Sundarbans to find work. There is nothing left here.
These islands in the Sundarbans were evacuated before the cyclone, preventing thousands of deaths. But residents returned to utter devastation. Houses gone, fields flooded, crops destroyed. And even when the water drains away, past disasters show that saline deposits could render this land infertile for a decade.
The Sundarbans is a cyclone-prone region and was still recovering from the impact of Cyclone Aila 11 years ago. Cyclone Amphan was worse, and weeks after it, this riverine land still lies inundated.
There are some temporary solutions. A group called the Quarantined Students Youth Network is helping locals pay for draining saline water from these ponds. When the rains come, they will again be filled with fresh water, allowing fish farming to resume at least. The draining can address serious health concerns as well.
Public health and hygiene are seriously disrupted here and need to be restored. Stagnant water is dangerous as it can lead to gastrointestinal diseases as well as skin conditions. And then there is the often ignored issue of snake bites.
While social initiatives like this one are trying to bridge a gap in emergency response, they are limited in their reach. This has left locals worrying about dangerous gaps in healthcare.
The water is contaminated and we cannot drink it. If we do, we get sick. And then getting to the hospitals is difficult with all this flooding.
You've seen that the roads are destroyed. How will a pregnant woman or one carrying a child balance herself while wading through these swampy waters to get to a clinic?
These worries plague Nirubala as well. She says the repeated damage here has driven many people away. Her family, though, has somehow managed to stay put. She fears that if these embankments keep getting swept away, her home of generations will be lost too.